Hi there, Mark from CEM Engineering and Energy Radio, and this is your Energy News Update. In this week's headlines, Canada could soon produce a quarter of free world oil. Alberta's oil producers hit record output but confront a dim future. US calls on Iran to halt nuclear escalations. Engineers make critical advance in quantum computer design. We're going to head over to my colleague Lisa Katz for this week's top stories.
Thank you, Mark, and welcome to this week's edition of Energy News. The Minister of Natural Resources announced a new call for expressions of interest to support carbon capture utilization and storage, otherwise known as CCUS, across the country. Funded under the Energy Innovation Program, this call will support front-end engineering and design studies that have the potential to reduce the impact of carbon emissions. As part of Budget 2021, the federal government is investing $319 million into research, development, and demonstrations to advance the commercial viability of CCUS technologies. These funds support businesses, academia, nonprofits, government, and federal laboratories on the path to net zero emissions by 2050. In other news, an alarming new climate change report has once again thrust Canada's oil and gas industry into the spotlight. But the political face of the sector, Alberta Premier Jason Kenney, was quick to throw cold water on the notion that the world could simply stop using fossil fuels. The Premier found himself answering questions early last week about a report newly released by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, one that was worked on by 234 scientists from around the globe. Kenney said he hadn't read the new UN report, but that major producers in Alberta have committed to reducing emissions to net zero by 2050. Kenney also said that the vast majority of energy consumed around the world is derived from fossil fuels, and there is no credible way to eliminate our dependence on fossil fuel energy anytime in the foreseeable future. Alberta is currently the world's third largest oil producing jurisdiction. Brought to you by Energy News, my name is Lisa Katz. Stay educated, informed, and inspired, and have a wonderful week. Back to you, Mark.
Thanks, Lisa. For more information on these stories, check out our LinkedIn profile. They'll all be posted there. Thanks for joining us on this edition of Energy News. And as always, power your purpose.